Welcome back to Between Reps and Remedies with myself, Marcie, and Nita.
Hey.
So, today we're going to dive into discussing reflection and celebration. We're going to look back on the year and looking forward and getting ourselves through the holidays.
Stuff.
Tough stuff. It was a tough year.
It was. There's a lot to reflect on and also to help us move forward and grow on and learn like what we don't want to repeat.
Absolutely. Um, like reflection is a form of like data collection. Like you said, like what we don't want to repeat, what we worked on, how we're growing, what worked, didn't work. And oftentimes, like this time of year, we get so wrapped up in Christmas and the holiday season that we kind of skip over reflecting over the past year and we just jump right into bang, it's New Year's Day. What's our New Year's goals?
Right. Like we automatically just like switch the mode and like, okay, new changes. But can you really change if you don't reflect?
Absolutely. So, for everyone, let's think back to a moment this year when you kind of surprised yourself. Hold on to that memory. We'll dive into that too. Nita, anything particular over this past year that you want to reflect on for yourself and your own growth?
Yeah. I want to learn boundaries for myself. That's going to be my goal for next year is to stick to my boundaries.
No, that's an absolutely a good one. I need to become more aware of my surroundings and
Hmm.
set boundaries and just also build some self-trust for myself.
Right, right. This year was a lot. It was ups and downs and woo-woos everywhere.
Right.
It threw me for a loop, that's for sure.
So for those that don't know, Nita and I actually had the pleasure of just meeting each other this year.
Yeah.
So
Take me back.
ironically,
Take me back.
take me back, right. Our first encounter happened to be on social media, and then we had a girls trip, and that was amazing.
That
I just
was
remember,
amazing. We need a redo. We gotta go back and just enjoy it again.
yes, absolutely. I was that was a big highlight of my year. One of my biggest things when looking back to reflect on this past year, I'm like, yes,
Yep, same. That was definitely, yes, a core. Goes into my 7 minutes for me.
yes. So, some reflection questions for ourselves. Like, what habits have made your life easier this past year?
Mm. I don't know if there's anything's made myself easier this year, to be honest. I made it more difficult on myself. I used to be firm on boundaries, and then this last year, I just kind of all went out the window. No meant yes, or like okay, or run me over, or I was a people pleaser this year. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't know. I learned to be stricter on myself, but I don't. I'm just now learning this again.
I have always been such a people pleaser. So, it's been really hard this year, especially with I went into this year telling myself I was going to not be the yes person all the time. Like I'm always saying yes when people ask me and then I'm burning myself out
Right.
or even just go with the flow. And there's it's okay to go with the flow to an extent, but there's also a time where you go with the flow too much that you start to lose yourself.
Yes, that part. That part.
Yeah.
Like, where do you begin and you really end versus bleeding into others' beliefs or way of thinking? Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
year.
It's definitely been a year, which kind of just rolled into my next question for both of us. What drained you this year?
My lack of boundaries and not saying no to situations and people, events that, yeah, this kind of led down
Me?
to the path I'm at now. It drained me giving so much of myself away.
Yeah, I would say pretty similar. Nina and I had ran through a similar situation together actually. Um yeah, that drained me. And just being, I'm gonna say going through some cycles of grief without actually grieving, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, it is grieving though.
losing myself and grieving what I thought was going to be my future to becoming angry that that wasn't how things were panning out to then just now finding myself again.
Right.
Like the whole Yeah, it was a whole draining process.
But we live and learn, right?
We then learn things that maybe surprised yourself, things that you didn't think were possible, and you kind of surprised yourself this past year, or
Going into neurology was one. That was a big
yeah,
one. Yeah. And like it was like scary and stuff like that, but I loved it. So
that's
that
great.
surprised me. So that surprised me. What about you?
Mhm. um, I'm going to say like expanding on my fitness coaching. Like I graduated with my master's in exercise science several years ago, and I didn't really lean into like the fitness exercise portion. I leaned more into like the health coaching portion because that's what I was familiar with almost with working in the medical field for so long. But like really leaning into the fitness coaching aspect this year more than I have in the past.
Yeah. You know what? Also, another one, duh, why we're here, the podcast. This was something I never thought about at the beginning of the year when you approached me months ago. I was like, you know what? Let's take the chance. Let's do it.
Right, no, I agree. I had talked about like I did group health coaching before, but then it was just kind of getting like tedious with like talking to myself because I wasn't getting a lot of like people interested or I don't want to say interested, but the schedules didn't align for people to do like actual group coaching. So
Hmm.
then I was just recording myself and then I was like, no, like I could do this with somebody and I could do this with Nita and we could make like an actual podcast instead of
Yeah.
me talking into the abyss. And I mean, I'm gonna say we have some had somewhat practice or dry runs with doing our podcast type style TikToks, which is like funny, but not funny. But they were like, that's what inspired me to like get here to the podcast because they were so fun, like and engaging.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I feel like it really helps me too. It really does.
Yeah, it really does. Have you had support? Like, have people been able to support your growth, or have you felt like you've been like doing this alone this year?
Nope, every step of the way, I will say, no matter my setbacks, the situations, my frame of thinking, I've always had a village behind me, like a good group of friends or coworkers, family. Like I feel like I have a really good support system. What about you?
I would say the same. Like,
Yeah.
as we get older, and probably most people can relate, we tend to find different friend groups. Like maybe our friends that we grew up with are not the ones that are in our I don't want to say in our corner, but just aren't there anymore. Like they have like their lives now. I feel like me being like a young mom, a lot of my friends are just now starting their families in their 30s.
Yeah.
My son's gonna be 16 and I'm like, I can't relate to you
I've
anymore.
been there, done that, but
Right, right. And I'm like, so it's not that I wouldn't call them my friends anymore, but we're in two different stages of life now. So,
mhm,
finding another group of friends. I found like an awesome group of friends this past year that's really supported my growth in addition to my family.
that is everything. That's amazing.
Yes. How about like diving into a little bit about removing guilt around goals that has shifted. Do you ever feel like you feel guilty for not reaching certain goals or maybe your goals shifted from the beginning of the year and you feel
Oh,
like
absolutely. Like, I always have this guilt, even like if it's not my goal, if it's somebody else's goal, and like I feel guilt, and I don't know. It's again the people pleasing aspect part of me. But yeah, I do feel it, but I also have learned to roll with it. Like I can feel those feels, process it, and then okay, let's readjust this goal because the outcome I still have the same outcome in thought. Like how I get there, it's going to change. Like the journey's going to change, right? As long as I keep that end goal in sight, I will get there.
yeah. No, yeah, you're right. One thing that I work with one-on-one with clients is SMART goals, and you know what SMART goals are,
Yeah.
Nita. So
Yeah.
your SMART goals might change to get you to that final end goal.
Mhm.
It's okay to have like a bigger picture in mind for an end goal, but making little goals to reach that. But as you're like hitting these milestones, maybe those little goals start to change. One thing I like really try to dive in deep with clients is weight. Obviously, so my I guess you want to say my specialties is weight loss and coaching. and getting people broken of thinking that it's a number on the scale that's gonna make them happy.
Right. For the
And
yeah, I can see
yeah.
that, yeah.
So 90% of the people I would say that walk in to see me are like, "This is my weight goal." And we're like, "Okay, well, how are we gonna get to this weight goal? Like, what are little steps? What smart goals are we gonna get there to get to your weight goal?" And they'll give me things, and ultimately it takes several sessions to get them broken of like their actual weight goal,
Mhm.
and they start seeing these little goals are the things that like matter. I had someone walk in the other day. She's like, "You're gonna laugh at me, but I have to tell you how excited I am that I can get down on the floor and clean around the toilet."
Hey, but that's amazing though,
That's
like,
a
some
you're
people
right.
can't do that, without getting help, to kneel or stand. That's amazing. It's kinda like Legos, right? Like, you have to connect the pieces, no matter how big or small, to create that bigger picture. That's how
Right.
I see it.
Right, exactly, and, like, that's the thing, like, that's the things that do make me excited. I'm like, "It's not funny at all," like, at all, it's, like, amazing because you walked in here with this weight goal, not realizing that maybe it was all these other little things that were actually what you needed.
Right. That's amazing.
So it's kind of like course correction and, like, it's not failure if you don't reach that weight goal or whatever that bigger goal is, because 'cause you're reaching all these other things instead.
Right, yeah, course correction, like, you're gonna deviate just a little bit, but let's get you back, like, yeah, get you back on
Yes,
track, get you back on the path. I like that.
absolutely. Just even honoring the version of you that showed up and tried. You made maybe many attempts and you maybe had many of failures, but you still showed up and tried regardless.
Exactly. Like, you can hit rock bottom mentally, physically, emotionally. It's all about the comeback, right?
Right.
It's like
Right.
all how you come back. Either you can choose to stay down and complain about whatever or not do anything about it, or you can just bounce back up. You may do it slowly, you may tread, or you may go up and down, but eventually you got to go up. You got
Right.
this.
You and I can probably both relate. Like, I mean, we been knocked down and like pegged and things, but like it's not staying down. Don't keep yourself down. You said get back up and keep going. And
Keep
you might
going.
have another day that you get down again, but that's okay.
You know what Dory says? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What do we do?
Yes.
We swim, swim, swim.
I love that. Yep. Dory says it all.
Dory, in the words of Dory.
In the words of Dory.
Dory, we trust.
So, I mean, seasons shift, goals change, life evolves, and just adapting to all of that is like your success story.
Right. I always have to remind myself it's like seasons, like everything must change and it can't remain the same. Nothing's going to get better physically, emotionally, mentally, all of the good stuff until you make that little change or take that little step. It's like a season, it's going to change. You just got to adapt. Like you said, you just got to adapt to it.
Yep, exactly. Looking at like celebration now, like sometimes, when we think about a celebration, like a celebration event, it's an event, you can't wait, it comes, you do the celebration and then it's gone. But instead of waiting for like that big event or that thing to come, celebrate yourself now, celebrating the journey as you're going and what has already happened as well.
Right. The little moments matter. They really do. It equals up to those big accomplishments. It really does.
Absolutely. Like our brains are wired to focus on what's missing. So if you don't intentionally start like celebrating yourself in the little moments even, you're going to miss the magic when you actually create like the big thing.
Right, exactly. It's like the holidays were like so like presents, 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 presents. But the magic of Christmas, what is it? Stopping, enjoying the music, looking at the lights, celebrate that little moment that can bring you happiness or peace.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we're all guilty of that though.
We all are guilty of that. So something that my son and I have been doing in the evenings is sitting down and just having like a reflection time. And we've been kind of picking like a word or a topic and then like reflecting
I
on
like that.
that of the day. Typically, it's usually something that, like, I don't wanna say not bother, but, like, sometimes it's bothered us for the day, or sometimes it might be something good. He came home the other day, he's like, "I wanna talk about, wasn't feeling good. What did he use? What word did he use?" But something about, like, feeling good. A lot of times,
Yeah.
like and he's like, "I had a really good day. So let's talk about just being satisfied." That was our, like, reflection for the evening.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. So, yeah, so, like, that's just something that we got in the habit of doing is reflecting on the day and not missing those little things that are happening, may it be good or bad.
Right. It's so easy to get caught up in the negative and in the moment and with the emotions. And then we just have to stop and remind ourselves. And this is what a good group of friends does for you too is like, hey, feel those feels, take a deep breath, and then tomorrow's a new day,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
when you reflect on it, you remember, like, oh my gosh, it may have been a bad day, but so and so did this or so and so made me laugh. Like, I like that, the whole reflection.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, like, just, this group of friends did this, is setting those boundaries, becoming more aware. You start handling stress different, and you start growing and can then rest without feeling guilty because,
Right.
like, you are reflecting on all those little moments.
Right. Little moments matter, people. They matter.
Little moments matters. Like, I had jotted down some, like, wins that, like, that you could sit in the evening and just reflect on. May it be you had better sleep the night before or better discipline that day in whatever you did. Ironically, I did write down the better boundaries as well. And becoming more aware, healing relationships and trying something new, saying no to protect your peace.
And it's okay too for everyone to do this. Like, protect your peace. If so and so is triggering, it's okay. Protect your
Yeah.
peace. Just you got to do it. It hurts for others, but at the end of the day, you have to support that. We need to support other people supporting their peace as we would hope they support us to protect our peace.
Yep. Exactly. I I had dived in a couple years ago at a really like toxic work environment that I was in and the people
Right.
were so like toxic around me. It really dragged me down and like something my son said the other night in our reflection time was like you are what you surround yourself with and it just
You
makes me
are.
think back to this past year and that past job. I would call myself a very happy-go-lucky person. There's very little things that like really drag me down. But both of those situations that I have been in here in the past, like that work environment and stuff, I became a very negative person when I was in that work environment. And then that's when I gained my weight. That's when I was at my highest weight because, like, I was stressed. I was
Hmm.
angry all the time. I was like in this toxic environment, and I
Yeah.
I reached my highest adult weight, and I was like, I something's gotta change, and I know, like, people are afraid to make that change with work, especially because you don't know,
Right.
but, like, I had to step out there. There was no fixing my situation unless I left that work environment.
And then you need to fix yourself first too. It all comes back because I'm the same way too,
Yes.
Marcy. This happened to me many, many years ago. Like, 8 years ago, I was in this job and it was like so toxic where everyone spoke about everyone. The management was speaking ill about the staff to the staff. And I'm one of those people, I also get caught up in the emotions. I see that, I recognize that, I change it. And that's why I pull away quickly from situations and environments. Because
Yes.
I feel those feels, I feel those vibes. And again, it's so easy to get caught up in the drama. And then it's a whole mental spiral.
Yeah.
The first
Yes.
step had to be me saying, hey, this is my 2 weeks notice. I had no plan, but that was the scariest thing in my life being a single mom. No plan, but I was like, I have to change this. And then again, I lost so much weight after that, like 50, 60 pounds. I got healthy, met someone, you keep going. Life happened, had my son, and it was just, yeah, take that first step,
Yeah.
guys. Take that first step and take a chance on yourself.
Yes. Yes, I mean, just sitting down and like again reflecting, sitting down and
Yeah,
reflecting and noting what like it is that might be that triggering event for you in the moment. And then make the change. And sometimes that change is going to be way out of your comfort zone, changing a job, cutting off relationships, maybe with friends, maybe with family,
cutting out carbs for me.
cutting out carbs for
Carbs?
me as well.
I'm like, yeah.
At that toxic job, that's also what was part of it. We had patient bring in a dessert every month. And I'm not saying because I gotta tell my people it's okay to eat, sweets and stuff from time to time as well. I know once a month doesn't seem bad. Like that was something like usually my work was my safe space to eat before, like where I didn't have those things. And then it became the place where I was having those things. And then at home, I was still having those things. So, like I
Wasn't a
said, like,
treat it wasn't a treat anymore at this point, it
no,
was, like, overindulging. At least that's what
yes.
I did, it was, like, overindulging. I was eating my emotions.
Yep, exactly. And that's the thing. A lot of us eat our emotions. I mean, either you're and me, and like either you're on one end of the spectrum or the other. Either you eat your emotions or you go into the starvation mode and not eat at all.
Right. Like, being brutally honest, at the beginning of the year, I was 128 pounds. I have easily gained 25 pounds since, like, last January, and again, that was because I lacked boundaries, lacked self-control. I, again, got caught up in, situations and friends and things that had no business pertaining to me. But, trying to be a person and be people is at one point I had to, like, say, "Okay," like, over the summer, you were there. I had to, like, step away from people, and it was hurtful all around, but I had to honor myself. I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, "I don't like this.
Yeah.
This is not me." So the first step, like, my first physical step was pulling back. And again, maybe the mental
Yes.
step too, I had to pull back. Like, I had to take my accountability, to change my mindset.
Exactly. I feel that with my whole soul. So yes, like
Yeah.
it's taking the time and reflecting back and
But you know what? I'm gonna use this as of today, mark it. I'm not gonna wait for the new year. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna physically do it. Mentally, I'm there, but now I gotta physically do it.
and Anita has a workout plan coming her way. So
I
we're
do.
running.
I joined the Marcie program. I expect you all
Yep.
to go follow.
we're join the Marcie program, and we have it girls, all girls boot camp running right now. Just keep each other accountable. So like that's something like I do too. I like try to accommodate and meet people at where they're at.
I love that. I love
But, like, ways that we can celebrate for the listeners out there is make a win list. Buy yourself that small celebratory gift. Write a letter to yourself of how proud you are of yourself. Share your wins with people you trust and start creating a tradition, maybe a walk, a reflection journal, a quiet moment of gratitude. But these are all ways like you can celebrate yourself.
absolutely. Even if it's gonna get a new book, go get the book, ladies.
To go get the book, and I downloaded the app now called I Am, and in it, it's like daily affirmations, but like you can set them like what you want your daily affirmations to be like geared towards. Like it could be random, it could be geared towards like financial, emotional, exercise. So you can gear your affirmations to however you want. And so, like, I started using that every day, but then also like dropping it in like threads
Mhm.
just to more or less hold myself, like, accountable to the affirmation because it's there for there for the public. So
I love when you drop it in the girls' Discord because I'm like, "You know what? Breathe because I am worthy of such and such," or "I am people's thoughts do not define me," like, kind of thing. I really love your little gratitude.
well, thank you. Yeah, and I
Like,
draw it there too because I know the app and stuff I put geared towards me, but, these things are good reminders for other people to say to themselves as well.
I love that because you never know what people are going through? It's the
Yeah.
holidays, so everyone's minds are everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in holiday season, your routine is thrown out the window because you have to be here and here and here for the
Right?
holidays. You got food spread out all over the place. So,
Right?
um, yeah. But you can go into the holiday season and feel good, still feel good about your mind and body, and come out of the holiday season not feeling like it was a waste. You were still present for yourself. So practicing intentional indulgence, like enjoy this moment and not feel guilty about it
Yep,
or
all goes back to what we said earlier. Take
yep.
it easy and enjoy those little things, whether it's the Christmas lights or the music or that hot cocoa with extra marshmallows. That's your reward. Go do it.
Go do it. Yeah. Telling yourself like, "Okay, I'll go do one plate and one dessert here at my Christmas meal," like, and and just, create a plan and stick to it.
Mhm.
Nita already said, like, release the I'll start in January mindset and be like, I'm going to start now with maybe these small habits. And we've talked before about habit stacking.
Build your Legos, people, build your Legos, because at the
Build
end, you'll have your masterpiece.
exactly. So we're going to be getting ready to transition into the new year in about 3, 4 weeks.
Mhm.
I am not a resolution type of person. Like, I feel people go into the new year with these hardcore resolutions, and that's okay. Like, that's you, fine. But I often see people come back to like me in like a month's
Mhm.
time, and they're, well, I messed up my resolution, so there's no use to keeping it now.
But do you feel like most of that is because some of them didn't have or did not take the time or didn't have the time, whatever the issue may be, to reflect upon the past year?
I wholeheartedly think that that is like a thing. Like, instead of reflecting on the past year and going into the new year with like a different mindset, New Year's Eve came. What can I write down my resolution list rather than reflecting on the past year and going into the new year with a plan?
Just
Absolutely.
feel those feels, reflect it, and then, once you get to the new year, you'll be ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe even, like I said, of going into the new year with a resolution, but going with a theme. So maybe my theme is
That's what I
I'm
do.
going to honor my boundaries, or I'm going to, XYZ. So,
Last
like,
year, my theme was to be a more present mother for my children. And I feel like that worked out great. Like I'm more present at the school events, the parties, and all that good stuff. My daughter's a senior this year, so I really had to be present. You know what I mean? And so that was my little theme for this last year for 20. Oh my goodness, we're going into 2026.
we are going
I
into
was like, oh my
2026.
gosh,
We are going into 2026. It
let's
is
do
crazy.
it.
And we are doing it. And I know some people, I have had intentions of maybe trying to do this, but like, I guess it's never actually
Oh,
came to me
intention.
and felt, and felt like it was on my heart to do. But going into the new year with a word that represents the energy that you want to bring. I don't know if you ever done that,
Mm.
Nita.
No, but I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've heard people, like, use words like maybe you feel disciplined, stoppable, peaceful, strong, steady, like, things like that, and, like, just using that as their, like, core word in whatever they may do for the year.
So what's going to be your core word, if I can ask?
I mean, if I'm gonna have to sit down, actually, you know what? I take that back because I said it without, like, realizing I said it, and you repeated it, is intentions. Like, I need to go into the new
Intentions.
year with intentions,
That's a
and
good one. I think mine
yeah.
this year will be like empowerment for myself, like, and those around me. Like I want to always empower like those around me. Like it's like a garden. You got to water
Yes.
yourself, and when you water yourself, you water those around you.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
what I want to do. I want to empower myself and then those around me. Whether whatever you want to be empowered about, I got you.
I love that.
Just call me a little sunflower.
I love it.
Okay, so intentions and empowerment. I like this.
So, anything else you want to reflect on today's session, Nita?
Mm. No, I feel like we did a lot. I want to hold myself accountable to really follow through with this, to stop with the New Year's resolutions, to take each moment and enjoy it, embrace it, you know, feel those
Yes.
feels, be in the moment, and just come into the next part of the chapter, next chapter. I don't want to say the new year. So the next chapter with like
Yes.
clarity. I don't like that, the new year, because it's like, do people really change? Some do,
Right.
some do. But if you don't reflect those moments, does it really change? You
Right.
know?
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
we made it through this year. We made it through this chapter. We
This
made it through this chapter.
chapter,
We made it through this chapter, and it might not have been easy for us. It might not have been easy for others, but like we grew in ways that we might not even have seen yet. So we're just opening the next new chapter, and our growth is going to be seen, though.
right? I mean, 2025 was the year of the snake, right? In the Chinese
Yes,
zodiac.
yes,
And then that goes along with today. What do snakes do? They shed their skin. And it doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be whatever. It's whatever you make of it. You got to shed the old skin to get the new
yes,
skin. Your new
yes.
chapter. You got to finish out the chapter, close it, and continue forth with a new one with your next intention.
Yes, yes. Close or like shed your old self to go into your new self. Like,
Yes. A
yes,
butterfly, if
yeah.
you prefer the butterfly, that's a complete metamorphosis, situation too. Butterfly.
Yes,
You just evolve. You have to evolve. You can't stay the same and expect change.
exactly.
So
So like
that's
reflect
yeah, that's
yeah.
what I'm taking with me is this evolving.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, reflect on yourself. Reflect that like you are a gift to yourself and
Love it.
celebrate like everything that you know, the little things that are happening and that intention will carry you into the next chapter ahead.
Yeah, it will help you navigate the holidays. It helps.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I love this.
I am happy that we are here again today. We made it through a second episode. We're going to
Woohoo!
keep mastering this.
We're learning. We're babies.
Hang tight with us as we keep navigating our podcast and good things to come with it in the new year, the new chapter to bring guests on as well.
Yes. And if there's anything you guys want to discuss or hear about or want us to like approach a topic or subject, please feel free to reach out to Reps and Remedies. We're open to all suggestions. Well, I hope everybody has an amazing holiday season. And what Marcy said, don't restrict yourself. Enjoy the moments. And you got this, guys. Reflect on it and you got this.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.